get you the ROI from AI. And Dr. Jeff is in the building tonight.
Hello and welcome back. I'm Dr. Jeff Bullock, founder and CEO of Prism AI Consultants, and today we're going over what AI reveals when you stop treating it like a tool and start treating it like a partner. So we're going to go over strategy a bit today and prompting framework. Or I say strategy that will allow you to create some content more purposefully, as well as look at some tools. So with that being said, let's jump right on in. So we're going to start with ChatGPT, and the problem that we are solving today is I just got finished with a workshop that I did earlier today, and whether it's I come across typical issue. So people come to me and say, Dr. Jeff, I have, AI is supposed to be able to do all these things, supposed to save time, generate revenue. But how do you do it? And, I'm on 7 different social media platforms. What should I do? And what I say is, well, what's the plan? Have you done your 2026 plan yet? Or do you have like your target audience, your ideal client profile? Do you know what your offer is, who you're talking to, and what your goal is? And they was like, nope, I just know I want a whole bunch of traction on social media to help me sell. And it's like, okay, well, to help you sell what? So that's where we want to start there with how to come up with that plan, or how to come up with that the overall strategy as to how you're going to do your social media, and then do your posting, and then how to actually get some engagement on that. So the first, we start with using a voice to text. So I use Whisperflow, but you can use this microphone button right there, or you can use the keyboard setting in your default that's native to your computer. And we're going to talk to the AI. Hey, what's going on? This is Dr. Jeff. And right now I am looking to come up with a plan for this client to help them with their social media. Okay, so now we're going to pick a person. So we're going to go to LinkedIn, and we are going to pick, I'm the wrong thing here. Actually, you know who we're going to, yeah, this is good. Okay. So we will take Miss Brenda Robinson. So we were at an event. That's Miss Brenda right there. So we're going to go to her profile. Is that right? Brenda Robinson with LCR. Thought that was her. Maybe she's not on here. So we'll go to the next person then. That we are. Okay, we'll go with Kristen. Oh, that's a great infographic. Definitely want to like that. So we'll go with Kristen Gaylor. So we'll click on her. Because I'm sure people are tired of me just seeing Prism stuff. And you see how I explained to her about, I'm going to grab her entire LinkedIn, copy it. Then we will go to back to ChatGPT. Paste that in there. Let it know what's going on. All right, so I have selected the target, Miss Kristen Gaylord. I put her LinkedIn profile here. We're going to start with the ideal client profile. So that's what we're going to start with it. And Yeah, that's step one. Let's get the ideal client profile for Kristen. So I know we talked about how we're going to be using this for social media, but you're like, well, how come we're doing ideal client profile? Because we gotta know who we're talking to first. So I put all this in there. We're going to learn who we talk to. Once we get that, the next step is going to be what's the economics. So usually I actually have the person on the line, and we kind of talk through it and make sure it's accurate. I'm going to have it just go online and see what makes the most sense. But this is who Kristen Gaylord's ideal client profile is based off what she does. So she's looking for a CFO, COO, vice president of finance, head of operations. These are different industries and the company size. Cool. Their triggers, why they buy now, core pain points. You want this in the mind of the AI when you're doing the plan, so they know what the goal is. Okay, great. Now that we have this, I don't have Kristen here with me right now, but what would you say would be a great flagship offer, or the offer that we are essentially trying to promote with the social media that's going to convert quickly and that's going to allow her to win for her organization? So I'm going to be very direct here because Kristen's already doing a lot right. The goal is not more content. One flagship offer that social sells her while she sleeps. All right, so then it gives that. And once again, she's actually here. We will kind of work it through and make sure that it's correct and everything is what it's supposed to be regarding it. And it says why it converts fast. Now, mind you, that's important to say in there. That's going to convert fast because we know cash is oxygen. So a lot of, not everybody, but a lot of the people who I talk to, that's what they're needing right now. They're needing some oxygen so they can get some breathing room, or so they can reinvest in the business, or so they can reach their goals in some type of way. So getting a clear offer, flagship, that's going to convert fast. That was in the prompt. Okay, so then we have that. Got the offer structure. Kind of gonna go fast here because I just want it to be in the mind of the AI. But if it was real life, then the person will be reading it all the way out, and we will be going back and forth with some other AI models. Check out some of the other lives we kind of talked through that. But for right now, we'll keep going. Okay, great. So now that we have this, I want you to please give me what is the best social media strategy for Kristen then. Since this is the flagship offer, should she be on a whole bunch of different social media platforms? Where should she be? How often should she be posting on those platforms? She doesn't have a whole bunch of time. What makes the most sense? Doesn't need to be everywhere. Short answer: LinkedIn only. Primary platform, no secondary platform. 2 to 3 times a week. Time invested, 60, 90 minutes a week. That's it. Cool. All right. So we got that. So, okay, great. Sounds good and gives the reasons why for each one of these things. So then what I would say is if that's the posting frequency for social media, what does an actual post look like that's going to convert? Thank you so much. Now go ahead and give me the outline for the content calendar for the next 30 days for her LinkedIn. Right now we just need the outline for the content calendar, what she's posting, when she's posting, why, all that stuff. And you might need to go online and find out because we need to, it needs to be, maximum value. I'm going to turn thinking on now because it might need to go online and I want to have enough time to think about whatever it needs to think about if it is going to go online. This is definitely good. It's taking its time, which is what I wanted it to do. You can also click inside there as it's going. We're at 50 seconds we can see all of the different thoughts that it's having. So create a 90-day LinkedIn calendar, looking up life sciences and financial trends. Then it looked at those 11 sources. Then it has that. Then it has 13 more sources, creating LinkedIn content, creating posts, repurposing in news sources, clarifying news sources for nav list, 17 more sources, or 16, 17, 18, 19, 19 more sources there. And then it finished at a minute 22. And then it went online, and then it got essentially what that 30-day LinkedIn calendar will look like starting on Monday, February 2nd. Positioning plus the big enemy, right? Operational debt, who I help, what problem I solve. Then Wednesday, agentic AI is not the strategy if your foundation is broken. And then, which is interesting. I was curious as to why she would put that one. But then 3 board questions to it that expose spin invisibility. So we have our content calendar. Then we would ask it to grade it out of a 10. Thank you. Could you please grade this out of a 10 based off of Kristen's goals of conversion? 9.2. All right. That's pretty good. It's good enough for me most of the time. So now that we have that, we have ICP alignment, offer gravity and clarity, conversion psychology, time to value for Kristen, market time, and we got all that. Now we can actually start making some posts. Thank you so much for that. Can you go ahead and now give me the full out post for February 2nd? We're going to take this one day at a time so we can just go through that framework of how to ensure that the post is good. So it's given a post, then we're going to have it evaluate the post. Great. Can you please grade this post out of 10 now? 9 out of 10 for conversion. Okay. I'm going to take this same post and I'm going to put it into another AI model to see what it says. And that AI model that I'm going to use is good old Claude. So I'm going to share that. And I have a paid version of Claude, but you don't have to. You can have a free version to be able to do it. So I pasted that in there and I'm going to tell Claude to grade it. Hey, could you please grade this post out of 10? This is for conversion, and I will put in the profile of the person this is for. And I'll grab this again so that I'm just grabbing the LinkedIn. I copied, the LinkedIn profile that I copied from Kristen. I'm going to go back to Claude, paste that in there. So now it has that, and I'll send it. $7.5. All right. And the reason why I'm doing this is I want to get a second opinion, and I want it to explain itself what it's doing right now. I'm going to take this answer. We're going to put it back to ChatGPT to see what exactly is the next best thing then. Since ChatGPT said that it was a 9, but Claude said it was a 7.5. Solid B plus post. We want A post, right? So now we're going back to ChatGPT. Going to say, so this is what Claude said about the post. Could you please go ahead and review, give your thoughts, and at the end of it, give me the final 10 out of 10 post? Great input from Claude. And honestly, this is a useful comparison because it exposes the difference between a safe, credible post and a top decile conversion post because she's trying to convert. So I talked about where it agreed. So my take on Claude's critique, where Claude is absolutely right. Proof, CTA specificity, urgency, where Claude overreaches slightly, and what a true 10 to 10 looks like. Then it gives a post that is likely to be the best one. So now we have that. We would take this post and then we would create an infographic or some type of visual to go along with this post. That'll be the next step. So I will take this post, copy it, and we're going to put it into Claude. And then we're going to say, okay, here's my post. Could you please now give me the prompt for my other AI that makes great images? And whether it's an infographic or a diagram or some type of visual, whatever you feel like is going to be best, that's going to be most engaging, that's going to help convert, please give that prompt for that AI using this post that's going to go along with this, please, and thank you. So all I did in there was just ask it to give me the prompt that's going to give me the image to go along with this post. Essentially what I said there. So image prompt for the AI generator. So yeah, so this was the post there. Once again, when you talk to the AI, it's a lot easier to use. And now we'll just copy this. Now, well, before I actually do this, I want to say a couple things. All right, I want to make sure that this post is not too wordy. So that's important. And it needs to convert, but usually sometimes it's too wordy. So let's make sure that that's not the case here. No, not the post. I think the post is fine. I meant like it's not too wordy, meaning the infographic or the image is not too wordy. That's what it was. I think the post is probably fine, but the infographic was a little bit too wordy. So we just ask it to not have it so wordy. That's just one of the things that typically with the infographics, like we just want to make sure it's not too wordy. So now we'll take that and then we're going to go into Gemini to create the infographic to go along with it. And to do that, we just click on Tools, Create Images, paste that in there, and send. So now it's going to create that with Nano Banana. I am going to also put this into ChatGPT. Same thing, same prompt, just so we can test them out between the two. Please give me the actual image prompt that it is calling for. Thank you. All right, so it's doing that. Go to Gemini. Nice. So slow thinking, where R&D runway actually, what R&D runway actually does. 20% science, 80% the invisible drain, SaaS sprawl, process debts, vendor contracts, visibility gap, ERA diagnostics, no savings equals no fee. So this is a great infographic to go along with that post. Immediate, quick, and that's day one. You run that, and that took what I think 10 minutes total to get that. So you do it again for Tuesday, you do it again for Wednesday. That's 30 minutes, and then you got your whole week's LinkedIn stuff done, and then you do it for the next week, and then the next week, and so on and so forth. Let's look at ChatGPT and see how it came up with the infographic. Taking a little bit longer with that. But I want to show y'all another thing today too after we do this, because y'all might be like, Dr. Jeff, I've seen this before. Good. Are you using it? That's what I would say. Because seeing it and actually doing it is two different things. All right, we'll come back to this because it's taking a little bit. But something else that has been helping for text and content, Napkin AI. Talked about that before in the past. But Napkin is a great tool to animate the text. What? Animate the text? What you talking about? Well, we're going to use that same post and I'll show you. So this is great for blogs or articles or posts as well. We'll do a new napkin by pasting in text. And I'm going to take just that article. Copy. So I've copied that from. So copy this from ChatGPT. And then into Napkin AI, which is free to try. I'm going to paste in this text. And put in the different spacing manually. And then each little bucket, you see this little bolt there. You can have that be, turn that into different visuals. No one takes responsibility shortening R&D timelines. Aren't really shortened by science. They are shortened by what no one is fully accountable for. So then you can pick here what exactly is the one that you want. Lots of different ones that you could have. So let's say we use that one, right? So say, okay, we use that one. And then you could have it be even more. Or you can have here, and we're going to animate this part of it. Non-core spin waste leadership dilemma, action, proof, and let's see. We got this one. AI suggestions. Do more. So once again, lots of different options to choose from. Then here you have the different styles for this particular one as well, if you want to keep it consistent. So we'll kind of use that one if I want it. So we have that one up there, then that down there. And then we can do more if we wanted to with this. But this napkin AI is a great way for you to take, content that you already have, spicing it up with a little bit of diagrams that are not AI, like notebook LM type stuff, but still using AI to move faster. And then you would just save this and then you can paste it or wherever you need to paste it to. So I wanted to make sure I shared this Napkin AI because this is another tool that's really helpful in getting engagement with the different AI tools. Okay. So to do a recap of what we talked about today. So first things first, when doing any type of social media, you want to start with the plan. You want to know, but before you get and in that plan, you need to know who you're talking to, who you're selling to, what you're selling. So who you're talking to is the ideal client profile. So if it's for your client or if it's for your friend or if it's for somebody else, you can use their LinkedIn profile. It's for you. You can use your LinkedIn profile, your website, and if you're using ChatGPT and you use it all the time, it does know you. So that's step one. Step two, the ideal client. So once you have your ideal client profile and with their pain points and everything, then it is, okay, what are we selling? So now what are we selling? So we have a clear offer here. All right. So then when we got that we agree to, then the next step is, okay, so then what platform are we using for social media? So we got that. And say, okay, we got that, and how often we're posting. So then we got, okay, give me the content outline, not all the posts, just the outline. So then we have that. We grade each one of these things out of 10. I only graded this one, but every single one you would grade out of 10 to make sure it's the best, right? The best possible plan or profile or ICP, all those things you will have it self-evaluate. Then once you have that, then I said, okay, we got the grade. We stress tested in Gemini, in Claude. And then from there, we were able to get some visuals from it with Google Gemini. We were able to make our visual to go with it. And we were able to create with Napkin AI, we was also able to create some visuals. And ChatGPT did it as well. So multiple ways to get engagement here. And this is for the LinkedIn. So you could see how you could have a full out 30 days of content, which would be 12 posts planned out, and it will all could be done within, if each post took about, really it took 10 minutes to do all that. So if you're doing a post, I would say it would take about probably 90 minutes to do the full out content calendar and the plan for the month. And then you could just spot check each week to see what those analytics look like. Put it back into ChatGPT, put it back into Claude, and then see what's working and what's not working. So that is how you use AI. Work with it to get great content that's actually going to convert for your brand. So if you like doing stuff, if you like what you learned today and you want to learn more, please check me out on the school.com platform, SKOOL. This is where we have a whole bunch of lifelong learners learning how to use AI. We have a classroom here as well. So I invite you to join. We do sessions every Friday at 3 for free. And then if you upgrade to the premium, we have live classes Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. How to get the practical use of AI. I am Dr. Jeff, founder and CEO. Thank you for your time today. And as always, remember, be nice to yourself. Thanks and have a great day. Like and subscribe.